Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Friday the 20th of September. So here we are with the euro dollar. It looks like it's consolidating. It does look like, maybe it's got a chance of coming out of the consolidation, and there seems to be just literally on verbal, there seems like there may be some sort of resolution yet to come up on the Brexit discussions, talks, etc. But we'll see. Now, of course, whilst the best likely performer out of that is the pound, there's no reason why the euro and a few other currencies that have been put in the excuse of Brexit worries may not give them a little bit of a boost even in the short term. But for now, it's in this consolidated phase. It's still in the consolidation. I mean, it's inside bar after inside bar we've seen over the last few days, so just consolidating. I was almost wondering whether it'd miss out on the move back up to its R1, but it doesn't even look like it's going to make that at the moment. So in the tight old range, daily pivot ticked off. Well, it looks like a bit of divergence where it's sitting here. If anything, on this 30-minute time frame, let me just change it to a 60 just so I can see that as well. It's a bit messier. If anything, it looked like it on the 30-minute time frame. It may even, if it breaks the lows, roll over. But it has been that magnetic weekly pivot has been pretty key this week. There's not many days. I don't think there's any day. No, not a single day that hasn't touched it so far. So if it does sell off, there's a target. But for now, it's not really leaving me much to do. Now the pound, look at that. It's almost upwards as I suggested. I still think, particularly with the sort of sound of the talks coming out there, we could see continuation to this upside. Now, it doesn't mean to say I can buy it this morning immediately. I think it's got not overbought, but it needs to give me some sort of retracement. I can't. I don't want to be buying it to the top price. There may be elements of divergence that was discussed here, but I think we're starting to. Just checking here, maybe a bit of almost double divergence where it's sitting at the moment, arguably on the MACD there on that 4-hourly chart, and we could do with a correction, almost do with a correction to get into it. Now, if it does start breaking down, I mean, the thing is, these are only talks, and sometimes they'll come back and say, well, actually, we've looked at the detail and we're not really interested. And we could easily see that daily pivot here in such circumstances, but overall I still remain bullish on the bigger side there, but potential correction from where we are, and that correction, if it was deep enough, would give me a position on the long side this morning, but needs to be a decent correction. Dollar yen. The dollar yen has strengthened a little bit. Ended up yesterday on the positive for the yen, that is. Not so positive for the dollar, and it seems to be wanting to have maybe a bit of a correction. It's been diverging, it sort of double divergence, and it's not really done too much from it. And do I trust it? Not in the slightest. Still think there's more upside potential for it, but in the short term, maybe down towards its S1 sort of zone, the back to that weekly pivot is potential. But if you look at how it's been sort of managing lately, it's a lot of chop and roll, as they say. Pop pickers, not a lot I can do with that. Aussie dollar, I want to do with it. Maybe it's got more downside. Maybe not me given the yen its full potential there. But the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar has continued rolling over yesterday. Didn't do too much more than what it really started. When I looked at it initially, it's getting a little bit of a boost at the moment, so it's a bit of dollar softening through the markets. No divergence at these lows here on this MACD at least. It may be a bit of RSI divergence. Let's have a look. Yep, there is. It's just about to break the point in between, which would suggest it may have a little bit more upside. Looking from it on the hourly perspective, through the daily pivot, breaking yesterday's late evening highs there, maybe it could be on for its R1, but the 50's been tested so many times. It actually run through the 50 twice and then fallen over. It may be worth waiting to see if it does that again. You could even put a nice trend line up there and just sell it on the break there. Overall, I'm still bearish on the Aussie dollar. And finally, the Canadian dollar. The currency should not be mentioned if one of our traders is in, but he's not in today at the moment. Okay, yesterday finally grabbed a little bit of strength out of the market, but it's in the consolidated range. It was an inside bar. It's not really showing any massive clues to which way it's going. I still think we may see some more correction to the upside. It's really stalled, has the Canadian dollar. Fundamentally, as I've said many a time, and yesterday included, but there's still some strength there, but it doesn't. People just don't want to be buying it. So it's the dollar's winning, and it looks like it is at the moment. Once again, maybe if it breaks through this 50, it could be up for its R1. But okay, that's pretty much it. News-wise today, core retail sales for Canada at 1:30. Actually, we've got a speaker at 1:15, a Fed speaker, so that'll be quite interesting. May get some volatility out of that. But then 1:30, we've got core retail sales, and then another speaker at 4:20, by which time we won't be here anyway. Right, have a great day. Bye for now.